Hi, this is Melissa Newcomb, and this is my module introduction for AEP858. Who is Melissa Newcomb? Well, I can most definitely tell you I am not a professional disco queen, but I graduated college in 2001 with a degree in elementary education, and I began my teaching career in kindergarten. I loved kindergarten, and I taught kindergarten for 7 years. We just celebrated our 20-year anniversary in June, and on Monday morning, we're getting ready to go on a small trip to continue celebrating 20 years. I stayed home for 11 years with our three daughters, and I just in the past 2 years got to land my dream job as an elementary librarian in the district that I formerly taught kindergarten in, and I get to teach in the school where our youngest daughter still attends, but only for one more year because then she will be moving on to middle school. Something that you most definitely would not know about me is that I love to make gingerbread houses at Christmas, and our whole family kind of jumps in and helps. My husband has always helped like construct the houses, and I just do the decorating. Some goals, professional goals that I would have would be obviously that my biggest professional goal is to earn my master's degree and in library media science. And I would love to continue to work in the same district that I'm in right now until I retire. That would be a goal. I would love to be able to read as many books as I possibly can in my spare time, because I feel that it is very important for me to be able to tell a student about a book and give them a book talk when they are looking for that just right book, and when they're asking me for a suggestion right there in front of the bookshelves, where I can just pull a book down and get excited about it and say, have you read this? And so moving on, if we look at the process, what process does your school or district use to analyze data? And how do they use data to inform their instruction? As a librarian, using data looks different than what it looked like when I was a classroom teacher. But in our building right now, they do Ames Web testing at the beginning of the year. And the teachers in their professional learning communities with their team, they collaborate together and they look at the data that they have collected on their students from the Ames Web testing, and they determine different groups to put the kids in for instruction. And these groups that they put the students in are called multi-tiered student support groups. And the kids know that they're called their MTSS groups, and they get to go to their MTSS groups daily. It's built into their instructional time during the school day. The students then meet with a small group that is on the same level or instructional level, and a teacher then takes this data and gears their instruction to meet the students' needs. We also have student intervention teams, and so a teacher might have a student who they have tried multiple interventions with, and they take all of that data, they gather it all together, they come and meet with the student intervention team, the SIT team, and show them the data. And then the SIT team looks for maybe holes or just things that might be missing that they could possibly suggest to help meet the needs of this specific student. We also, in the past 2 years in our building, have been looking at school redesign for Kansas, and we met in small groups as teachers and tried to determine what it was that our school needed to focus our redesign on. And so we looked at all sorts of different data on behavior. We looked at data on curriculum. We looked at data on building school community. And we ultimately determined that we would focus on curriculum, and that was the biggest need that we had as a building. And so we all received training, including myself as the librarian. We received training in cognitive guided instruction math, CGI math, and we included all of our staff because we wanted all of us to learn and hear and know the same language as we are talking to our students in teaching math. So, but data in the library, I mentioned earlier that it looks different than it did as a classroom teacher, because I'm not assessing individual students, but I do take assessment on the library and look to see if I have current books. I look at the statistics in our library catalog program to see, the average date of our books. I look to see how often a book is being checked out. This spring I weeded books that had not been checked out since 2007. And it's always interesting when you find a book on modern technology that has a copyright of 1978. But anyway, I want to make sure that we have a variety of genres and a variety of reading levels so that we can have books for all of our students. And I assess the interests of the students, looking at what are they interested in? Do I have enough books on that topic? Do we need more? And I also collaborate with the teachers to gather data in the library on what it is they're teaching in the classroom, how I can support them in that. Some ways that I could help improve my current understanding of analyzing data and using it to drive instruction. I'm really anxious to learn from this class because as a librarian, I do feel like that it looks a little different. But here are some ways that I thought I could continue to meet with my library team mentors who provide me with all sorts of information and guidance. Seek time to sit in on a PLC collaboration meeting. I would love to do that, and I'm fortunate enough to have time to do that. So that was something that I realized in our educational research class, that's something that needs to happen. I would love to sit in on a PLC time and just hear what it is they're talking about. I also need to just get involved. I'm only in my second year back, and so I would like to get more involved, and I think that would also help. So, thank you so much. I look forward to learning with all of you.